What's up guys, Shane Starnes here, and if you've been following this channel for any length of time, then you know that I love smart home technology, and I've been searching for the ultimate robotic vacuum and mop system. There are so many out there to choose from. There's literally hundreds that you could choose from. This new system really sets itself apart, and I'm gonna show you how. Big shout outs to Dreame for sponsoring this video. All opinions, of course, are my own. Let's go ahead and get started. I always like to get things unboxed. Everyone likes to see what all comes with it. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out of the box. This is a huge box, one of the biggest boxes that I have seen when it comes to unboxing a robotic vacuum. Right up top, you've got a pretty extensive looking manual, so that's good for some reading material. Set that to the side. Next up, we have the actual vacuum itself, and you guys can see that unique D-shaped design. That's going to be great for edges. There's a box in here, and it includes the mops. There's two mops there. We have one edge brush. We have a cleaning tool. This is good for removing hair out of the center brush and removing dust. And we've got a power cord. And the base station here is ginormous. It's actually the biggest base station that I've seen. If you look down here, you can see the mop head cleaners. And then up top, it has a home button and a play button, so you can actually send it out to do its cleaning without utilizing the application. We do have a little quick start guide here. It tells you how to get it all set up for the first time use. We've got a dirty tank and a clean water tank. We'll take a closer look at the vacuum itself. Up top, we've got a home button, a power button, and it looks like a mode button. You can also see the LiDAR mapping system right there up top. If we open up the door here, this is how you're going to access your dust bin. This is a large 450 milliliter dust bin that you're going to have to empty yourself, because with the mopping system, there is no auto empty dust bin feature. Of course, on the front, you have sensors and a few sensors on the sides. On the back here, you have your contact points for charging. If we flip it over, this is where you'll install your mop brushes. We've got some big sturdy wheels here. This is our 19.2 centimeter extra wide brush. We have our anti-cliff sensors here so that this is not going to fall off or fall down your stairs. And then we've got a 360 wheel here for improved navigation. And then this is where you'll clip your side brush. I have to say the first way that this really sets itself apart is in its D shape. So we actually have some corner edges on the front, right, and left of the device. This is really gonna help it get into the nooks and crannies of your house. It's gonna help you to get into all the corners that circular robotic vacuums just can't get into. And it really does a great job of edging, especially around your baseboards and even the cabinets in your kitchen. Another thing that I really love about this robotic vacuum is that it can vacuum and mop simultaneously. So most robotic vacuums out there can do one or the other, so either they can mop or they can vacuum, or they can do both separately, but this one really sets itself apart by being able to vacuum and mop at the same time, or of course you can set it up to do either or in the app, but it's great that it is able to do both at the same time. When it comes to vacuuming, this is probably one of the most powerful robotic vacuums that I've ever used. It has an ultra long center brush for more efficient cleaning, as it has a larger surface area. It also has 4,000 PA of suction power, which means that not only is it going to be able to pick up pet hair, it's also going to be able to pick up larger debris like Skittles or even Cheerios that kids or even messy adults have left behind. Not only is this great for tile and other hard floors, but it's also great at vacuuming carpet. It can detect when it is on carpet, and it actually increases the suction power while vacuuming your carpets. It also knows to turn off the mopping feature when it's on the rug. This also has a 450 milliliter dustbin, which is good for a couple of cleanings before you have to empty it. It would have been nice if it had an auto empty dustbin, but with all the advanced mopping features, there wasn't room to include that feature. The W10 also features advanced LiDAR mapping technology. Most vacuums on the market kind of do the bump and turn when it comes to navigation. This actually can scan the house, make a map as it goes, and then it will actually see and detect objects before it runs into them. This means you're going to be rearranging chairs and furniture less, as it's able to actually avoid those devices. You're not going to have scratches and bumps on your walls, as it's able to smartly avoid them. This also has multi-map functionality, meaning it's going to be able to map multiple levels of your house. So if you have a 2-story house or even a 3-story house, you can save up to 3 maps, and it's going to be able to know where it's at in those maps and give you an efficient cleaning. Speaking of the mopping system, this mopping system beats any other mopping system on a robotic vacuum that I've ever seen, hands down. Most robotic vacuums just simply have a pad, it wets the floor, and then basically drags a pad across the wet floor. Here we get 2 rotating mops that spin at 180 RPM while simultaneously applying down pressure. This means that even really hard to remove objects and stains on your hard floors are going to come clean with ease. The water capacity for the mopping is 4 liters, and you get both a clean reservoir and a dirty reservoir in the base station. This is good for 200 square meters of cleaning. When it comes to mopping, the #1 feature here has to be the auto clean feature. Whenever the W10 returns back to the station, it actually cleans the mop pads and removes any dirt and debris from those pads. It also has a hot air drying feature, which means you're not going to be left with wet floors, and this also protects from damage from mold and mildew. When it comes to battery life, this robotic vacuum is a champ. It has a 6,400 milliamp hour battery, which is good for 210 minutes of cleaning, which is going to be good enough to clean most sized houses. This means you're not going to have to worry about your vacuum going out to clean and then coming back to the charging station and then going back out later in the day. It's going to get the job done the first time instead of you having to hear it working all throughout the day. Overall, the Dreame W10 is one of the most versatile robotic vacuum and mop systems available on the market today, and it's one of the most powerful that I have ever used. I'll be sure to include links in the description of where you can pick up your Dreame W10 today. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.